So, today we're going to be talking about how masculinity in men has been taken away from us in this generation. And of course, I'm just a kid. Warning, this is my view on it. I don't know the way I think about the world. So, this may not be all right. Like all of my videos, there's some things that may be wrong with them totally. You never know. The, the information could be a little bit wrong, you could say so. I have not done much research maybe in a video, and then the research is wrong or something. But yeah, I'm just gonna explain the way I think about it, right? So we're just gonna begin because I think that we have misunderstood what we have to be, right? So, you know, I've been thinking about this, and I remember in the school, right? Like, I remember how there was a rule, a specific rule that everyone talked about. You cannot hit a girl, but a girl can hit you apparently. And I don't. I mean, I still respect the rule. It has been taught upon me, even in my family. It has been taught that you cannot hit a girl, which makes sense to me. Never hit first, of course, unless the situation is, situational, of course, as situations can be. But I get that, and I was like, well, that's pretty interesting. You cannot hit a girl, so if she hits you, what are you supposed to do? Just say no to that. And this is one of my things. And in the system that we have been taught in school, these are most of the female teachers that are telling us, stories and all of this, and teaching us how the world works. And I think that it's just we have been taught a little bit wrongly, right? Because there is a big uprising in weak men in the last 20, 30, 40 years. There has been a lot of weak men created. Excuse me. But I would like to say that we have a big problem that is coming our way with the pound. We have seen that we have a problem with the pound. The dollar is crashing. I mean, not crashing. There is just too much of the dollar. I don't get it. And there is many more economical problems. There's not enough of these and these specific workers, and then there's things that always happen in the world. But I like to think of it as a way to show us that we're wrong in some situations, because every time I look at the internet, right, I go on YouTube, and like masculinity is frowned upon because people call it toxic masculinity, even though it's just normal masculinity that people just don't like in general. And yeah, that's just pretty interesting how people look at it. And I never got the term toxic masculinity because like it was just normal things that people do. If you go to the gym to look better, to like yourself more, it's called fat phobic. Like, I go to the gym to look better, of course, but I'm not fat phobic. I'm not gonna say, fat is how could we say this? I don't like fat people. Like, I'm just gonna tell them that it's not good for their own health, because in the long term and the short term, there are big problems that can happen to you while being fat, obese, whatever, overweight. Like, there's a lot of problems, and I remember them. I was a pretty fat kid when I was little. I had like close to 80, 90 kilograms, while when I was like 170, 160 centimeters. Like, I was very fat. And I can see that there are big problems with being fat, and I don't know why people are calling fat okay. And it is a big problem because people are getting brainwashed by this thinking of it's okay to be fat, it's okay to be a loser or loner. And I don't think it's very good for people. You need to wake up and go to the gym once or twice, run maybe run 1 kilometer for start, or maybe just walk a kilometer for the start, and then Once you start walking for maybe like 200 meters, and then you walk for 200 meters, run 200 meters, walk 200 meters, and then you start, progressing through this mountain of, I don't know, to be honest, progressing to this mountain of just trying to run for a kilometer, and then two, three, four, five, and without breaks, and you get to a point where you get many wins. And I think that the reason is that people, it's probably connected with dopamine and their attention span, because people cannot put too much attention. Like, I sometimes also have a problem with attention, because maybe I'm working and I'm thinking about all these different things, and I cannot focus on my work. Maybe I'm a little bit too sleepy, maybe this and that, but TikTok and YouTube and all of these different social media apps, they have ruined my attention span, and I can, sometimes I just cannot focus on work, and now I know why, because I'm just having problems with attention, like, I'm pretty patient person, but attention, that is sometimes a very big problem. And when people don't have attention, and they always think that they're getting their dopamine release through just watching shorts or YouTube shorts, TikToks and Instagram reels. It ruins them, because they don't want to achieve anything, because they have achieved everything they wanted, and that was to watch TikTok and be happy. They can just be in their own bed. And I'm talking this from a personal experience, because I've been addicted to TikTok for through 3 to 4 years. I was very addicted to it, and it was a very bad time. But now I know what I've done wrong, and how it all works, the dopamine and the social media, how they, know the psychological meaning behind everything, and how the brain works. And now I know some of it too, not as much as them, or scientists and stuff, but I know that these things release dopamine because you like them. But I'm trying to find these accomplishments that will give me dopamine. It's not like watching shorts. It's like going to the gym, working out, doing my workout, hitting a rep range. I don't know, these small things, waking up at this time. And I'm happy because of that. I'm not happy because I'm watching TikToks. And to go back to, the weak men, and that's why they're weak, because their attention span has been ruined, and the dopamine system, the dopamine is really just fucked. They don't know, like, they don't even feel dopamine, like, it's just there. It doesn't have an effect on you, it doesn't motivate you or anything. And that's the difference between me and them, because I'm trying to get my life in order and change the dopamine. Like, I'm doing a thing called dopamine detox every now and then, very useful thing. And yeah, that's how it helps you. But yeah, that's like my view on it, because from my point, these people and everything, like, it's easier to control a guy who's addicted to KFC and McDonald's than someone who's like working out daily, what I mean, because they will be less agreeable to do certain things when they're working out. They have confidence. That's the thing, because people, are just, they don't have the confidence. Where I didn't have the confidence when I had a bad body, and I can, it's a personal experience, and that's where I have most of the information from, because I think they're in the same place as me, but maybe a little bit even worse, because I wasn't even that fat. I was overweight and morbidly obese, but not obese, like fat. So that's what I'm trying to prove, a point where we need to be more masculine in different situations. And I think that you, as a person, should be dangerous. You should be capable of being dangerous. That's what I meant. You should be capable of, having the fear factor around you, as you're the fear. Of course, people are fear feared of you, and you should be able to control that danger that you can output. Right? You should be a dangerous puncher, like, you should be able to. be a dangerous person, but control that. Now there's a difference between people that, you know, are dangerous and don't control it, and people that are dangerous and can control it. You know, because people have certain respects, right? Probably most of the guys that, you know, go to the gym and or they're learning a martial arts, like they will have some discipline, some kind of discipline, and some kind of respect towards the other people, where they're not like they just want to fight random people on the streets, or you know, they're not heated over an argument. Like, I know males are very, you know, they like to physically do, or like, how can we say, output the whole argument. But yeah, right, you should be able to inflict danger, inflict fear to other people, but control it, because if you're weak, you cannot protect yourself, right? And that's all I have to say. I hope y'all have enjoyed actually this video, and I hope for you to have an amazing work week, because y'all need to work, you know, get that work in. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next video. Peace.